All right, let's just jump right in. You know, for as long as I can remember, mining asteroids, that was pure science fiction, right? The kind of thing you'd see in a big blockbuster movie. But here's the crazy part. It's not science fiction anymore. It's happening. We are on the verge of a new frontier that could literally change everything for us here on Earth. And when I say change everything, I really want you to grasp the scale here. It's almost impossible to get your head around. Think about the biggest gold rushes in history. Now forget them. We're talking about one single asteroid, just one, that could be packed with precious metals like platinum worth, well, trillions of dollars, with a T. But, of course, a promise that big, it comes with some serious risks, an equally incredible peril. So, what is it? Is this our salvation? The one thing that could solve some of our biggest problems right here on Earth? Or are we about to make a huge mistake, exporting our worst habits into space and kicking off a disaster on a cosmic scale? That's the huge question we're going to try and unpack. Okay, so let's start with the upside. The dream of cosmic wealth. What's the massive pull to the stars? I mean, why are we even talking about this? It's not just about getting rich or pure ambition. It's becoming something much, much more fundamental. You could even say it's about survival. And this slide, this really gets to the heart of it. Why go to space in the first place? Well, think about the device you're watching this on, your phone, your computer. Think about electric cars, green tech, all the stuff we need for the future. The rare minerals that power them, they're running out right here on Earth. We are heading for a massive resource crunch. And suddenly, all those lonely rocks floating out there in the void, they start to look like a solution. And believe me, this isn't just some fantasy. There's a real mission plan taking shape. Step 1, you target the right asteroid. You gotta find that floating treasure chest. Step 2, you deploy the miners. We're talking advanced AI-guided robots. Step 3 is where the magic happens, extraction. They use incredible tech, lasers, drones, you name it, to pull out the valuable materials. And then, step 4, the grand finale, bring it all home. Okay, now look at this. This is where the numbers just get wild. See that little bar on the left? That tiny little thing? That is all the platinum we have ever mined in the entire history of humanity. Now, look at the bar next to it. That's what scientists think we could get from one single asteroid. It's not just more. It's a whole new ballgame. It completely changes the definition of wealth. All right, but we all know how gold rushes go, right? They're chaotic, they're messy, and this incredible dream we've been talking about, well, it has a dark side. A really complicated and honestly a pretty dangerous one. Which leads us to the big question. Are we about to create a lawless Wild West in space? You might think, well, don't we have laws for this? And you'd be right. Sort of. On paper, we have the Outer Space Treaty from 1967, and it's a really beautiful, idealistic document. The core idea is simple. Space belongs to everyone. It's the common heritage of all mankind. No single nation can just go plant a flag on an asteroid and say, this is mine. It's supposed to benefit everybody. But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? It's a huge one. See, that treaty was written way back in the 60s. Nobody was seriously thinking about private companies with robots mining asteroids for profit. So it says you can't claim the asteroid itself, but it's super vague about whether you can claim the stuff you dig out of it. And that, my friends, is a loophole big enough to fly a fleet of starships through. So, this is what it all boils down to. This is the core debate. We're at a massive fork in the road. On one side, you have the gold rush argument. This is going to solve scarcity, kickstart mind-blowing innovation, and create unbelievable new wealth. But on the other side, you have the cosmic disaster argument, that this will create massive fields of space junk that will just repeat the worst parts of our history of exploitation, and that it could even lead to actual resource wars in space. And let's talk about the environmental costs, because they are genuinely terrifying. A mistake, just one screw-up, could nudge an asteroid into a new, dangerous orbit. We could create so much debris that we basically trap ourselves on Earth, surrounded by a high-speed minefield. We could contaminate untouched moons, wiping out any chance of discovering life or learning about the origins of our solar system. The stakes are just immense. This quote from a climate activist really hits home, doesn't it? It frames the whole ethical problem perfectly. It makes you stop and ask, are we really trying to solve our problems, or are we just running away from them? Are we just taking our bad habits, our tendency to plunder and consume, and exporting it to a whole new, untouched frontier? So where does all this leave us? Well, it brings us to maybe the most critical part of this whole discussion. Right now, depending on the choices we make, like today, there seem to be three very different futures ahead of us. And the wild thing is, none of them are set in stone. The outcome is up to us. So, as I lay out these three paths, I want you to really think about it. Which one do you think we're heading for? More importantly, which one should we be heading for? Because the path we take will come down to whether we can work together, think long term, and decide if there's more to this than just a cosmic payday. Okay, future number one. Let's call it the golden era. This is the dream scenario, right? The wealth we bring back from space doesn't just make a few people rich, it's used to fix our problems here. It could help end scarcity, fund a real global shift to green energy, and maybe, just maybe, unite us all in this incredible common goal. Then there's the flip side. Future number two, the cosmic disaster. This is the nightmare. It's the future where greed just takes over, a free-for-all. Nations and corporations literally go to war over the most valuable rocks, turning the space around our planet into a garbage dump and a war zone. We might get the riches, sure, but we'd lose our soul and maybe our future in the process. And that leaves a third possibility. Let's call it the balanced path. Now, this one is probably the hardest to achieve, but it might be the most realistic and hopeful. This is the future where we actually get our act together. We build strong international agreements, we put long-term sustainability ahead of a quick buck, and we figure out a way to share the benefits fairly. It's not the easy way, but it might be the only way that works. So that's where we stand. This is our choice to make. And I have to say it again, this is not science fiction anymore. The first real missions are on the drawing board as we speak. The decisions we make in this decade will literally determine the future of humanity in space for centuries to come. It could save us, or it could undo us. It really all comes down to a simple, powerful idea. In chasing the stars, we must not lose our soul. The universe is offering us unbelievable riches, a chance to solve our problems. But the real test, the real challenge, isn't a technical one. It's a moral one. Can we reach for all that without losing the best parts of ourselves? That's the real question.